Now, first this evening, the Financial Services Union has directed its members in Bank of Ireland to maintain current hybrid working practices unless otherwise advised by the union. Last month, the bank announced that from September, staff who are eligible for hybrid working will be required to work in person a minimum of 8 days per month. In what's seen as an escalation of the issue, the FSU says a change in working practices is a breach of agreed procedures. And to discuss this, I'm joined by John O'Connell, General Secretary of the Financial Services Union. Thanks for joining us on DriveTime this evening, John. Will you tell us the current arrangement for Bank of Ireland workers, how this hybrid practice is working at the minute?
So the current arrangement is very autonomous. It works on the basis of teams at a very local level. And so the team agrees the patterns and the individual agrees with their team leader in terms of what pattern works, what works for the individual, what works for the organisation, and of course, what works for customers.
So what's changed now? And tell us, remind us of what the bank has instructed workers recently.
Well, I suppose we're moving, as the bank have indicated, from a pretty flexible model to a very robust and tight model in the blink of an eye. In 4 weeks, they're expecting people to change their work practices that they have been carrying out now for 5 years. So it's, I suppose, the suddenness, it's the absoluteness of it, and it's the fact that what's currently in place is working really well.
Now, you see this as an escalation of the issue for workers?
Yeah, we do, because we have a change agreement with Bank of Ireland, and it states that we engage with the bank with a view to reach an agreement through negotiation and consultation in relation to any changes they may wish to make which impact on our members. So all we're saying in this instance is pause, let both sides draw breath, engage with us through our change agreement, and let us work through this. The normal way this would work, John, is they would present their business case for their change rationale. We would discuss that. We would work through it. We would, I suppose, seek change where change was necessary and so forth. And then we would reach agreement. We're really, I suppose, bewildered why the bank are now taking this absolutist approach in relation to people's working patterns.
Listeners might recall we've been talking as well about AIB announcing similar working practices. The situation with workers at the bank in AIB, is it similar to Bank of Ireland?
With AIB, we're still in discussions with them, and we have highlighted different issues. Like the key first issue that we need to address with Bank of Ireland that we don't need to address with AIB is AIB have said we're giving people 6 months notice. That allows us to engage under our change management procedures with AIB as to what they're proposing and how that works or doesn't work for our members. In Bank of Ireland, they've given people 4 weeks, and worse than that, they're saying all this change is going to be visited on you on the 1st of September when you're expected to get your kids back to school. You'll have disruption, and it's going to increase stress for people at a time when they'll already have an amount of stress because of their personal lives.
We've put your views to the Bank of Ireland this afternoon, and they've provided us with a statement in the last short while saying hybrid working means, as hybrid suggests, an intentional blend of working from the office and working from home. They say their model is very flexible. It allows people work from home and office locations, including various locations in Dublin and Kilkenny, and hubs from Louth to Wexford, Limerick, Galway, central Dublin locations. I won't name them all. They say that we've recently communicated extensively with our people that from September onwards, colleagues who are eligible for hybrid working will be expected to work in person a minimum of 8 days per month or 2 days per week, making use of this nationwide network of locations. Their commitment in Bank of Ireland to hybrid working is unchanged. They say the Financial Services Union does not have negotiating rights on this issue, and we're very confident the majority of our people see this as a very fair approach, balancing personal work preferences with the needs of our customers, colleagues and the company. What do you say to that, John?
So we have negotiating rights. It's very clear. We've set that out in change agreements.
They say you don't.
With the bank, but they're wrong. In as I said, read out to you in terms of in front of me, and I can supply it to the programme with a view to reach an agreement in relation to any changes that may take place which may impact on union members. There couldn't be a clearer impact than an issue like this, and people are looking to us, and the bank knows this. They have had a horrendous reaction from their staff in relation to these proposals and the sudden nature of them, and it being imposed on them on the 1st of September. Everybody needs to draw breath, sit down, discuss what they're proposing. Let us look at the business case that they're presenting and work through the changes that they feel are necessary, because we have a counter view from staff.
We leave you to that. John O'Connell, General Secretary of the Financial Services Union, thanks for joining me on Drive Time.